Hello H&M members, and welcome to your virtual yoga class with Grow Campus. My name is Brandon Dawson Jarvis, and this is week 6 of our 10-week series. So today we have more of a power type flow for you. So it's really a heat builder. So those of you who are looking for more of an active session, this is going to be kind of up your alley. So let's start in a mountain pose, a Tadasana, and you can decide if you'd like to have feet hip width, kind of maybe a little wider or narrower, palms open, facing forward. Allow that to open up the chest and the collarbone, clavicle. And if you'd like, you can either set your gaze towards the ground or close your eyes, whichever one makes you feel more comfortable, safe, secure. And we are going to begin by connecting to our breath here. And right away, maybe even activating our Ujjayi breath. So slight restriction at the back of the throat. Audible sound as if you are fogging up a glass. So making a sound with your lips sealed. And again, if there's any room or space, maybe even slow down that breath and allow it to kind of relax the body here. So anywhere where there's any unnecessary tension, any tension that you're kind of holding or gripping onto that you don't need to, see if you can let it go and soften here. Let the shoulders get heavy, let the knees become slightly softened. Allowing yourself the opportunity to fully arrive on your mat, mind, body, and soul. See again if you can let go of anything that's happened before this moment. Whatever your day was, see if you can let go of that, your week, your month. And anything that you have to do after you leave this session, after you're done this session, see if you can kind of put that on pause for now. Really drawing your focus and your attention to this present moment. And from here, I'm going to invite you to really begin to tap into a breath that is going to allow you to feel kind of supported throughout the entirety of this practice. Noticing its depth, its width. And while we're here, we're going to choose an intention for our practice. And so if you have one that you are working on, you can take this moment to remind yourself. And if not, maybe deciding what feeling or emotion you'd like to cultivate more of in life. Maybe a deeper sense of peace, patience, worthiness, maybe persistence. And so whatever any of those mean to you, deciding if you want one of them, maybe all of them. And if your eyes are closed, you can begin to blink them open here. We're going to take a deep breath in, reach our arms overhead, maybe gaze up towards ceiling. Exhale, fold over your legs. Your next inhale draws you up halfway. We're looking for a flat back here. Maybe gently press in against our thighs. Extend the crown of our head. Exhale to plant those hands, hop or step back. We're going to begin by drawing our elbows closer towards our body here so that our elbows are pointing back, shifting forward onto our toes, and slowly lower down. Inhale, finding your choice of back bend. So that could be baby cobra, cobra, or if you'd like upward facing dog. If you are in your upward facing dog, we're going to activate our legs here so that our pelvis is not on the ground, really pushing the ground away from us. And wherever you're at, activate those glutes to protect that lower back. Exhale, draws you back, finding your downward facing dog. And if you'd like to take a moment to pedal this out here, beautiful. Extending one heel and then bending the opposite knee and vice versa. Beautiful. From here, we are gonna take one step towards our hands with our left foot and then our right foot. And then we're gonna take our right hand. See if we can come onto our fingertips and then lift your right hand. And then if you'd like, maybe tap your left foot, planting that hand, coming onto the left fingertips, maybe lifting your left fingertips, and then maybe tapping your right foot. Looking between your hands, bending your knees, and hopping or stepping forward. Inhale, draws you up halfway. Exhale, release, folding over your legs. Micro bending your knees, roots rise, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. We're going to add on to that. Inhale, circle sweep. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, draws you up halfway. Long spine, flat back here. Exhale, release. Plant your hands. Hop or step back. And again, you can stay on your knees or your toes. Draw your elbows in so that as you lower down, your elbows hug your rib cage. Inhale, finding your choice of back bend here. Golden rule of any back bend, we want to activate our glutes here. Exhale, shifts you back, finding your downward facing dog. Beautiful. From here, we're going to bring our toes to touch. Inhale, lifts right leg. Exhale, steps between your hands. Rising up, warrior one. Exhale to settle into this. And so making sure that we're building on a solid foundation, you want to stack your right knee over your right ankle if that's comfortable for you. And internally rotate left toes, left knee, so that your hip points are facing forward. Slight tug of the tailbone. Engage your left leg. Soften your shoulders as you release your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Take a breath in here. Exhale to release any tension. On your next inhale and exhale, release your hands, plant them, step your right foot back, tuck your elbows in, lower down midway, shift forward, and inhale, coming into your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Bring those toes to touch. Inhale, lifts left leg. Exhale, steps between your hands. Rising up into your warrior on this side. Beautiful. Warrior one here. Exhale, settle into this. Making any necessary adjustments that you need to fully arrive into your warrior one. Beautiful. Deep breath in. On your next exhale, release. Plant your hands. Step your left leg back. Tuck your elbows in. Lower down slowly. Inhale. Finding your choice of back bend here. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Looking between your hands, bending your knees, and hopping or stepping forward. Inhale, draws you up halfway. Find a long spine, flat back. Exhale, release. Keep it on micro bending your knees, root to rise, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to add on to that. Inhale, circle sweep. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, drawing up halfway, flat back, long spine. Exhale, release, plant your hands, hop or step back, tuck your elbows in, lower down slowly. Inhale, yogi's choice of back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bringing our toes to touch. Inhale, lifts right leg. Exhale, steps between our hands, rising up for your warrior one here. Beautiful. From here, we're going to release our hands in front of us, getting ready for a warrior three variation. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, shifting your weight and your awareness to your right foot as you lift your left off of the ground here. Now decide for you if you want to keep your hands out in front like this, or maybe bring your hands into a prayer position, Anjali Mudra here, yogi's choice, and see if you can release and relax any part of your body that is not serving in this asana as you connect to your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Landing back into our warrior one here. We're going to take a side angle. So dropping our right elbow on top of our right knee and left hand up towards ceiling here. Beautiful. Staying here or releasing left palm down towards the ground here, facing down towards the ground, and your chest can be slightly up towards ceiling, gazing up and under your left arm. Beautiful. Staying here, or if you'd like, you can release your right arm. So it's kind of you're holding a beach ball here off to the side. And deep breath here. Send breath to wherever you feel tension and kind of see if you can spread it out. And breathe. Beautiful. On your next exhale, you're going to plant your hands. Step your right leg back. Tuck your elbows in. Lower down slowly. Inhale. Yogi's Choice of back bend. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Bringing those toes to touch. Inhale, lifts left leg. Exhale, steps it between your hands here. Rising up for your warrior one on this side. Beautiful. Once you settle into this warrior one, you're going to release your hands in front of you. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, leaning forward, shifting forward, coming into your warrior three here. Beautiful. Deciding how and where you'd like to place your hands. And connect to your breath. Exhale to release any tension here. Keeping a micro bend, soft little subtle bend in your left knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Slowly transitioning back into your warrior one here. Exhale, finding a side angle. So left elbow lands on top of left knee. Right fingertips up towards ceiling. Beautiful. Staying here. On your next exhale, you can have your palm facing down, arm overhead. Slight opening of your chest up towards ceiling, gazing up and under your right arm this time. Exhale to release any tension. Beautiful. Staying here, or if you like, you can release your left hand. So kind of like you're holding that beach ball again off to the side. And wherever you're at, breathe deeply, tap into that Ujjayi breath. The more you feel, the deeper your breath should be. Beautiful. On your next exhale, you're planting your hands, stepping your left leg back, tucking your elbows in, lower down slowly. Inhale, Yogi's Choice of back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. If you like, we can take in 3 deep inhales in through our nose here and just release a sigh out through our mouth, or maybe if you want to flutter your lips here. So breathe in and exhale to release. Beautiful. 2 more times here. Breathe in, exhale to release. 1 more big breath in and out. Beautiful. From here, we're looking between our hands, bending our knees, and hopping or stepping forward. Inhale draws you up halfway. Exhale, release. Micro bending your knees, root to rise, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Inhale, circle sweep. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, long spine, flat back. Exhale, back down, hop or step back. We're going to hold off in a push-up upper plank position here. And from here, we are going to roll onto the left outer edge of our feet here. So both of our feet are stacked, and we are slowly rotating, beginning with our feet and allowing that to ripple the rest of our body, coming into a side plank. Beautiful. If you need to come onto your left knee, that is also an option. Or if you'd like to float your right leg in the air, that is also an option. Wherever you're at, lift your hips, deepen your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Peeking down to the top of your mat. We're going to take a big step forward, coming up into our warrior two. Exhale to release into this. Beautiful. Inhale, shift forward, flip that palm, reverse that warrior. And breathe here. Beautiful. From here, we're going to extend our right leg, coming into a triangle here. So reaching your right hand forward as far as it will go, allowing it to come to wherever it lands on that right leg. Open up that chest and decide if you'd like your left fingertips towards the ceiling or wrapped around to grab your inner right thigh. And breathe. Allow your left shoulder to externally rotate here. Beautiful. From here, we're going to peek down to gaze in front of our right foot, preparing for half moon here. So if you have a prop, you can go ahead and grab that. Begin to bend that right knee. Release your left hand, shifting your weight into your right foot and coming into this variation of half moon here, and deciding if you want to keep your left hand on your left hip or release it up towards ceiling. And wherever you're at, breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. From here, we are going to land back into our warrior 2 and cartwheel hands forward, stepping our right leg back, tucking our elbows in, lowering down slowly. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale shifts you forward, coming into a plank, upper plank push-up position, bringing our feet to touch here and slowly rolling to the outer edge of our right foot, and then allowing that to ripple up towards the rest of our body. And again, coming into any variation of side plank that works for you. If you need to drop your right knee down, if you'd like to stack your legs, or even lift your top leg, your left leg, wherever you're at, lift your hips, connect to your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Big step forward to the front of our mat, coming into our warrior 2. Exhale, settle into this. Beautiful. Inhale, reach forward, flip that palm, reverse your warrior, and breathe here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, we're going to extend our left leg. Reach our left hand forward. Reach, coming into our triangle here. Deciding where and how you'd like to place your right hand, either towards ceiling or wrapped around to grab the inside of your left leg here. And breathe. Beautiful. From here, you're going to release your hand if it is crossed behind your back. Gaze down to look in front of your left foot as you shift your weight and your awareness forward, coming into your variation of half moon. You can even use your fingertips if you don't have access to a prop here. And again, you can leave your right hand on your right hip or release that right hand up towards ceiling. And breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Landing back into our warrior 2. From here, we're going to cartwheel our hands forward, stepping our left leg back. Take a moment, tuck your elbows in, shift forward, lower down slowly. Inhale, coming into your back bend, yogi's choice here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. From here, we're going to inhale, shift forward. Exhale, drop to your knees. Separate your knees mat width. Bring your toes to touch. Take a child's pose. And from here, I'm going to invite everybody to begin to notice their breath. Notice how fast you're breathing, kind of like the pace of your breath, your inhales, exhales. Notice how deep you're breathing. Go to the depth of the breath, the pace of the breath. Notice if it feels like it's concentrated in one particular area. And so we're just becoming aware of our breath here, the quality of our breath. And see if there's any room or space here to begin to slow down the breath. Begin to breathe deeper, fuller. And along with your breath, I'm going to invite you to notice where the mind is at. Notice the thoughts that you've had over the past 10 to 15 minutes or so. And just notice if they're aligned with the intention that you set. And so any adjustments that need to be made to the breath, any adjustments that need to be made to your mind, I invite you to do so now. And if you're ready, you can join me on all fours. And from here, we are going to tuck our toes and press into a downward facing dog. And from here, I'm going to invite you to slowly walk your feet towards your hands. If you have to come onto your fingertips to get there or even bend your knees, please feel free. We're going to hang out in a ragdoll variation, so you can grab opposite elbows, sway from side to side if you'd like, or you can interlace the fingers and bring them to the back of your head. If your fingers are interlaced to the back of the head, no need to pull down here, no need to be forceful. Just allow gravity to do the heavy lifting here. Beautiful. No matter where you're at, you're going to release your hands towards the mat. Keep a micro bend in your knees and root to rise coming all the way up. From here, we're going to grab our left wrist. Inhale, reach up tall. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale, lateral flexion towards the right. Bumping your hips out towards the left here. And again, if your chest is facing down towards the ground, maybe you want to open it up towards the ceiling, gazing up and under your left arm here. Notice if you want to add a slight pull on this left wrist. And breathe deeply here. Beautiful. On your next exhale, we're going to shift back to center. Take a moment, switch wrists. Inhale, reaches you up tall. Exhale, lateral flexion towards the left. Bump your hips out towards the right. And again, open up that chest, that torso towards the ceiling here. Gaze up and under your right arm. But allow your gaze to be soft here. Maybe even so soft that you close your eyes. Allow your breath to be deep. Notice if you want to add a little bit more by pulling on your right wrist. Beautiful. Exhale shifts you back to center. From here, we're going to release our hands, separate our knees hip width distance. We're going to give a generous bend in our knees here. Taking our index and middle finger, we're going to hook onto our big toes. Take a nice deep inhale in and exhale to begin to lengthen out your legs here. It could be a lot, could be a little bit. Making sure to respect your limits, your threshold. See if you can add a little bit more softness and surrender here by releasing the weight of your head and neck. If you feel like you're hanging back on your heels, maybe you shift your hips forward, pressing your big toe into your fingers and pulling on your big toe with your fingers. So this kind of counter action here. Beautiful. From here, I'm going to invite you to keep your chin tucked, keep a micro bend in your knees as you release your toes. And we're going to slowly, ever so slowly unroll our spine, stacking vertebrae by vertebrae, leaving our cervical spine, our head and neck for absolutely last. Beautiful. Hanging out in a Tadasana mountain pose for just a second, allowing everybody the opportunity to finish here. And from here, we're going to sweep the ground. However your legs are bent here, we're going to keep that bend in the knees. As we come into our chair pose, peeking down, see if we can see all 10 of our toes here. And breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. As we lift up, begin to rise. Lift your left knee into a 90-degree flexion. We're going to begin to transition into an eagle pose. So from here, I'm going to invite you to cross your left leg over your right. And from here, as you begin to bend your right knee, squeeze your thighs together. If you can go for the double wrap, wrapping your ankle on top of your or around your right leg. Feel free, sink your hips here. We're going to take our right arm underneath our left, holding opposite shoulders. Staying here, or maybe you begin to walk your fingertips closer towards one another behind your back. Staying here, or maybe bringing the back of the hands together, or coming into full eagle variation, lifting elbows up to shoulder height. And breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Releasing that. Take a moment. Shake it out. We're going to get ready to do that dance on the other side. And sweep the ground, come into your chair, and breathe here. Seeing if maybe you can begin to enjoy this. Beautiful. As you lift your torso up, your right knee is going to come with you in the 90-degree flexion here, crossing our right knee over our left leg. As you begin to bend that left knee, squeeze your thighs together. See if you can go for the double wrap. If not, that's okay. From here, we're going to take our left arm underneath our right this time, holding opposite shoulders. Now, if you are good here, please feel free to stay. No need to go any further. But if you'd like, you can walk your fingertips back towards one another, or bring the back of the palms together, or come into full eagle variation here. Breathe as you lift your elbows up to shoulder height. 5, 4, keep squeezing those sides together for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Take a moment, shake that out. And inhale, circle sweep. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale, release. Plant your hands, hop or step back, hanging out into this push-up upper plank position. We're gonna begin to separate our feet a little wider than hip width distance here. Beautiful. From here, we're gonna shift our weight slightly towards our left wrist here. Make sure that you root down through your thumb pad and index finger pad. Leave a slight micro bend in your left elbow here. And see if you can come onto your right fingertips. Maybe lift your right hand, or maybe tap your right shoulder, placing that hand back down. Beautiful. Taking that over to the other side. Shifting weight slightly over towards the right. Root down through right thumb pad, index pad. Slight micro bend in your right elbow. Fingertips on left hand. Maybe you lift, maybe you tap. And 2 more times each side. If you want to go straight for the tap, you can. And tap. 1 more. Tap. And tap. Beautiful. We're going to lower down to our knees. Taking a low plank. So coming onto our forearms here. Extending our legs, coming onto our toes. And we're here for a count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We're going to take a half frog here. So one hand on top of the other is going to act as our pillow. And we're going to draw our right knee closer towards our left knee, closer towards our left elbow as we look over towards the left here. And again, see if you can slow down breath here. See if you can relax body. Beautiful. We're going to take that over to the other side. So extending left leg back down. Turning our head towards the right as we draw our right knee closer towards our right elbow, coming onto half frog on this side. Beautiful. From here, I'm going to invite everybody to make their way into a Shavasana. So rolling onto your backs, preparing ourselves for our final relaxation pose. And before we release into our Shavasana, we're going to take 3 deep inhales in through our nose and release a sigh out through our mouth. If you want to have one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly for this physical connection, this connection to self, feel free. Taking a deep breath in here. Exhale to release. Beautiful. 2 more times. Deep breath in. Exhale to let it go. One more deep breath in. And let it go when you're ready. 3 silent breaths, in through the nose, out through the nose. Whenever you're ready, you can begin. And every exhale, maybe picture yourself sinking deeper into your mat, deeper into relaxation. Releasing any lingering tension or stress, letting the body surrender to the weight of gravity here. If you're comfortable in your Shavasana, I invite you to stay. Stay for as long as you need, as long as you can. Give yourself the opportunity to really integrate your practice. But if you are ready to bring movement and motion back, I invite you to do it slowly, first beginning with the toes and the fingers, the hands and the feet, arms and legs, maybe moving your head from side to side. From here, I'm going to invite you to roll over to your right side in a fetal position, using your right arm as a pillow here. And just a couple observations here, noticing how your body feels now compared to how it felt when you first stepped onto the mat. How your mind feels now compared to how you felt when you first stepped onto the mat. And again, just taking a couple more precious minutes here just to fully integrate our practice. If you're ready, I'm going to invite you to join me in a seated position. We are going to close off our practice here, taking a nice deep in-breath. And as you exhale, drawing your hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra, slight tuck of the chin, extend the back of the neck. Just taking this one last opportunity to remind yourself of the intention you set at the beginning of the session. It's my hopes that you carry this intention with you long after you leave your mat. Maybe even look to share this intention with others. Your body thanks you for tending it to today. Your mind thanks you for tending it to today. And I thank you for allowing me to guide your practice. The light in me bows to the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.